that down and give it to them. And, they butchered the cow and sold the calf. So I know the heck with it.
Yeah,
You know, it was giving them a good deal. They had a cow to milk and
uh-huh,
they could have had beef, to raise the beef every year.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then you went in the Air Force, and then what?
Well,
You
then
were
I
in
got
there
out of,
9 years.
yeah, come out of the Air Force and when I had Charlie horses in my back and, I lost kind of control over my arms.
Yeah.
And, then I went to not a chiropractor, an osteopath. He brought me out of it. Yes, that looks like Tony.
Oh.
Uh, anyway, I went to work as a sewing machine salesman.
Wait, before that, honey, tell about when you went to Korea.
Well,
It's kind of interesting about why you got shot down
yeah,
in the.
yeah.
Sometimes you don't like to talk about it.
I heard a rumor that you were held up at gunpoint one time in your store.
Oh, yeah. At the pawn shop. Yeah.
Oh, that was the pawn shop, yeah.
Yeah, the guy had a sawed-off shotgun. He had it strapped to my,
Oh my gosh.
to
the stories.
down here. And, he sling it out between, on this,
Yeah,
he had, it was I don't know if it was even loaded. Cause it was, but anyway, I asked him if he ever shot that thing.
uh-huh.
And he says, well, no. I said, well, I'll tell you something, before you get all up here, I said, I was just getting money for him. And, and anyway, I said, I can tell you one thing, I said, you may get me, but I said to him, I said, it'll knock a kidney clear out of you. You'll never leave this. And he didn't know what to say. And he just snapped that thing back up and left. He never got any money either.
Who's gonna rob him?
He'd robbed Mac, the guy that worked for me. He'd robbed Mac a month or so before. And the same guy. And he got $500
Maybe tell
off
the
of him.
story. I don't know if he wants to, but it's funny.
I think it was 500.
Honey, tell the story about the guy that was naked, remember?
Oh,
And
the
person
one,
tried to get him, and what he did, he
What?
business. You guys are gonna.
he was doing his business in the planter in front of my store.
No way.
I mean,
And
the
Jim
poor
pulled
kid.
up.
I mean, the poor kid. It was sad.
He was kind
But
of
anyway,
sick or something.
he was not all there.
He wasn't all there, but
He had a problem with that. Anyway, Jay pulled up him and Lori
they worked
Sears.
for Jim.
They worked. Lori worked for
Couple.
me, and they pulled up into the same time when I was coming. When I got there, and Lori ran in and called the police, and
Gosh.
Jay and I tried to catch him. By the time we got,
He's naked.
he
man.
got over the fence.
He was naked, huh?
He dropped his drawers and he'd go over the fence. Anyway, and he was on the other side of the fence. There was kind of a telephone outfit that was in there.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then the next thing you know, he's over in the parking lot of Pay and Pack, and which was a big store like Lowe's or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was stark naked. They're trying to catch this
They
guy.
couldn't catch him because he didn't have any
And I
clothes
mean-
to grab
Yeah,
him.
yeah,
But
yeah.
he
It was,
slick. you
They
know?
were having a heck of a time catching him.
Yeah.
They finally caught him. And, oh yeah.
That was funny.
I went to court with him and I said, tell me something to the judge. I says, why? They know he has this problem.
Yeah.
Why don't somebody give this guy some help? You know, put him somewhere. And they did finally.
They put him away.
They put him away because,
But he said it was so funny because he's run down the street and they couldn't get a hold
well,
of his.
this wasn't the first time he'd been,
Oh.
you know, naked doing things, you know. And it was just sad. I felt so sorry for him. I said, he needs help.
He was in the military about 9 years, huh?
Yeah,
But
like
then
3
he had-
months. Had 3 months of being 9 years in the service.
But then he got an honorable discharge because he would
Well, I
drop
got
off
a
his
medical
airplane.
discharge.
when he was flying, he'd jump off, when he'd land, and he'd jump off on one foot, huh, honey?
Well,
That's
no,
what you
that's
told
when
me.
when
That's
you
what you told
pre-flight in your aircraft, you jumped off on one foot.
Yeah.
And you did this constantly.
Yeah,
And-
it knocked
and
his
then
back.
it
and
just-
his-
Twisted my back.
They want to do back surgery,
Yeah, they wanted to cut on my, and they said I'd probably never use my arms again.
and he wouldn't let him,
At least we're sure with the left arm.
yeah.
They said I wouldn't do the left arm at all.
Huh.
But I said no. I said, there was a little old GP on the base kept telling me, whatever you do, Jim, don't let them cut on you. And that just stuck in my mind. So anyway, I haven't figured this commercial out.
Honey, finish your story. Finish your story, babe.
Well, anyway, I went to this osteopath and
Yeah.
I was drinking beer through a straw. And the guy says, the guy said, don't that guy know you'll get drunk doing that? And they said, yeah. They said when he gets a little tipsy, he goes home,
Well,
gets
he-
some sleep.
But he was in dire straits. He
Oh,
was
I
in so
just
much
pain like crazy.
That's why he did that.
And
Oh,
I
yeah.
drink this
You know,
beer and
drink
it kind
a
of
little
numb
beer,
me. And I
Kinda
go home
numb
and
you.
get some sleep. But, call a cab and go home and I'd sunk out for an hour or two or three sometimes and it was relief.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Anyway, I thought he killed me the first time. Oh, jeez, I hurt.
Yeah, he went to this chiropractor.
And,
to bring him out.
well, he was
because-
an osteopath, not a chiropractor. He
Were
was-
you in a wheelchair?
No,
Okay, but you were all drawn up, huh?
yeah.
He
Well,
was
I was-
drawn up like.
I was a mess.
it
I was
kind of
only
pieces
104
on
pounds at the last.
his- 104 pounds.
Yeah,
Whoa.
I was skinnier than a bone.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got that, over that, and then I went to work for, Jack Breedlove in South Sioux City for selling sewing machines.
Oh, yeah, here's where he got into sewing.
And I went out 5 times, and I wasted 5 times leads in these states. I went to Nebraska, South Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa. And I was gonna go back to Nebraska. It was 5 times. Anyway, I said, I'll go back one more time. He said, just one more time, Jack said. He said, I know you can do it. I couldn't give the dumb things away. And I went back and I sold 30 units that next week.
No
And I
way.
never understood what I did different. I
No way.
never didn't care or what. But I was disgusted. And then it was from then on, I was doing real good as a salesman. But your grandma wanted to go back to Colorado Springs and go back to Colorado Springs, not to Colorado Springs, to Denver.
Oh,
She wanted to go back to Colorado, back to Colorado, back to Colorado. And I should have stayed where I was. I was making 300 and some bucks a week.
oh yeah,
That's a lot of money for then.
yeah.
She didn't make that kind of money. She was a teacher.
Oh man,
She made $3,200 a year. That's,
I'm just trying.
that's
I
chicken
forgot
fat.
how the inflation is. Like, I mean, like, I'm trying to remember how. Anyway,
You could buy a new car for $3,000.
oh, when was this? Like, how? Long, what year is that?
50, let's see, 59.
In '59?
Yep.
Oh, this is '59. Jeez. Okay.
It was, oh yeah. I was making so much money, it was disgusting. That we should have never left. I should have stayed there and kept on selling sewing machines.
Hmm.
But 100 years from now, it won't no difference.
Oh, honey, tell the story about the bomb and the court thing.
Oh, yeah.
This is a good one.
I went to, well, first of all, before that, I was going out across the street. I had 2 businesses. I had a fine tool and instrument rework business and plus the pawn shop. And I'm walking out from the pawn shop to go out to the other business to go to work. And, I mean, all of a sudden I'm looking up and there's people all around me. I'd pass out. And, I was just working too much. I'd be 2 o'clock in the morning before I'd ever go home. Well, anyway, the doc told me I'd better get rid of some business. Well, I put them both up for sale. But in the meantime, this guy come in and sold me a camera. He was, you know, I don't know, low. I'd listed for sale for, nobody was buying anything. Anyway, he came in and he sold me this camera. About a month later or so, he comes back and he wants his camera back.
Huh.
And he sold it to me, I don't remember exactly how much, $40 or something like this. Or maybe more than that, I can't remember, because it had a lot of stuff with it. Anyway, when it came out of, I had to wait 10 days to sell it.
Yeah.
And so I waited my 10 days and then I sold it to this guy that was waiting for it to come out. He really liked it, so I sold it and made quite a bit of money off of it. Anyway, the guy comes back and he wants his camera back. And for the same price he sold it to me for too, top that all. And he says, well, if I don't get my camera back in the courtroom, he says, in the courtroom, he says, I'll blow this place up.
No way.
And I didn't think, you know, just a long-haired hippie, I thought, you know, he bought this camera when he was in Vietnam. And, sure enough, here come papers for me to go to court.
No way.
So anyway, I took my papers and I went to court. Judge says to him, he says, how old are you? And I think he was 26 or something like that. And, he says, did you know you sold this camera to him? He says, yeah. And he said, well, you don't have any right to that camera. And he said, I don't know why you even bother to come to court. He says, you have no right to even claim the camera at all. And I don't know why. I said, Your Honor, I said, can I say something? He said, sure. He said, well, you know, this guy said that if he didn't get that camera back in this courtroom, he said, he was gonna blow my face up. And about that time, 3 guys converged on this guy. They had just waiting for somebody to have some proof on him.
Oh.
He was a demolition guy in Vietnam, and he had enough explosives in that briefcase to blow the doggone courthouse up.
No way.
Yeah, that was,
But they got him.
they got him, and they converged on him, and boy, they opened that case. They couldn't believe what he had in there. And, yeah, the FBI told me, he said, yeah, he could have blown the whole courthouse up.
Wow.
It was plastic
way.
explosives. And, well, I didn't know that this was what the guy really legally, he'd have blown my place up.
Yeah.
It was scary. But anyway, then I got rid of I broke the business up, the fine tool and instrument business up. I broke it up into pieces. I sold the one part to one and another part to another part, 3 pieces of the business.
Yeah.
And it was a good business. But then the pawn shop, I finally got rid of that too. I thought, you know, this is a little bit scary. So I got rid of that too.
He's done so many things, you guys, you wouldn't believe. He's been in all kinds of businesses.
Then
You
I
know, when he-
then I went to school some and then got an associate degree in audiology
Yeah.
and become a hearing aid dealer. And I sold hearing aids for a long, long time. And then I got out of that and we went down to Arizona and Tom Kearney, I met him, he was down there, and,